By the grace of God, my name remains Kwabena Osei, but then you can call me NK. I call myself a son of KNUST, and I call myself that because on 19th March of 2002, I was born at the University Hospital to Mr. James Osei and Madam Florence Amakwan. My father, James Kwesi, was a worker of KNUST. My grandfather was a worker of KNUST. I have some uncles and some aunties who were and are still some workers of KNUST. I went to the university basic school, starting from the nursery school, went to the primary school. I went to the GHS as well, where I was the head prefect. I remember during one time in the junior high school, we studied resources, natural resources. Our teacher mentioned that gold is a natural resource, rivers are natural resources. There was one resource that he mentioned that caught my eye, which is Presec Polygon. And I told myself, if Presec Polygon is a natural resource, then I have to exploit that natural resource. So after my junior high school, I went to Presec Polygon to read general science. And I came out successfully, and I'm now currently reading mechanical engineering. I'm in the best college, that is the College of Engineering, reading mechanical engineering. I know you want to ask me why I'm reading mechanical engineering. So let me cast your mind back to when I was in the KNUST basic school. In class 6, again in social studies, we're supposed to draw our career tree. And on that career tree, I don't know what came to mind, but then I wrote that I want to read mechanical engineering. It's a very memorable event because my teacher made a comment that made everyone laugh at me that day. He said, if I want to use a Ghanaian route to become a mechanical engineer, then it means I will end up becoming quote unquote a fitter or a mechanic. And that thing that he said had an effect on my psychological young mind. So I tried my best to go to YouTube and other medias to get to understand what this profession is, which is mechanical engineering. I read so much about it, I learned so much about it, and I was so much convinced that that is what I want to do as my profession. It's also heightened when I went to Presec Polygon. It was at that time that Elon Musk was also, he was almost everywhere with Tesla and his electric vehicles, and I told myself that is something that I want to venture into. And I ended up choosing mechanical engineering as my first choice when we were choosing our schools for the university, and by God's grace I had a program and have enjoyed every bit, much of it. Let me chip in a little bit about my experience becoming the vice president of the KNUST SRC. I began this journey by going for GISA president. GISA is the Ghana Engineering Students Association. I had a chance to go to Maserati and Ferrari in Italy and seeing how they were so much into the technology of vehicles. I wanted to be that person that would, motivate my friends and my mates back in KNUST engineering to bring out something amazing. It was one main reason why I made that decision to run for GISA president. But then unfortunately, they told me last year was not my time. And I came back again this year, which is 2023. This year too, they told me this is still not the right time for me. And I understood that, okay, sure, that is fine. It is not the right time for me to be just a president. That is all good. And by God's own providence, I had another opportunity to vice currently the first female SRC president of KNUST. This is the KNUST SRC president, which is Her Excellency Kwabena Osei. A very remarkable lady, I must say. So I took upon myself to help this lady to champion all her initiatives and policies to continue to make KNUST and the SRC a reputable institution. So yes, I am the KNUST SRC vice president. So yes, I am not the GISA president, but then I'm still in my own small way doing a whole lot of things to help everyone, not just those in engineering, but then those in all the other colleges. I can mention it's 26th July. That was when we won our elections too. For those of you who saw that video, I cried a lot because I was filled with so much of emotions that what if this third time that I'm running for these elections, it goes wayward again, it goes south? Then what am I going to do? So that I've wasted 3 years of my life for student service, and some people are not able to see that kind of nature in me. So I was so much having emotions, and I mean, I cried a lot. People were giving me tissues here and there. I don't want to, reminisce. That's pure. But then it was a very great one. Hearing that I have been declared a vice president-elect and my president also the president-elect, it was a very, very great experience for me. I have had a very, very, very much enjoyable experience in KNUST. My 3 years over here, I have given so much to students, and even I could stay into some lectures and some of them on campus. I have instituted one very thing called a case study. So my experience in KNUST has helped me, build a case study. My experience in KNUST has given me so many friends, so many colleagues, so many acquaintances that I can say that on any day I can call them to help me with one or two things, right? It has given me a sense of leadership. It has given me a sense of togetherness. It has given me a sense of responsibility. Very, very important. So trying to, balance my corporate social responsibility, trying to balance it with my academics and my leadership and my campaigns. So trying to balance all these things that has been one very, very difficult thing. So one thing I can say that has helped me is that at every point in time, I see one thing more urgent than the other. I wouldn't say that my position as SRC Vice President is important than other things, but looking at a certain point in time or a certain agency that arises, I get to prioritize one thing over the other. I want to, work in the energy sector and, contribute my quota to the renewable technologies that we want to come up with. My long-term goals, I want to become a lecturer. Yes, I want to become a lecturer. After I've worked in the industry for some years, I want to become a lecturer and basically become a professor. Throughout my years in basic school and even over here in KNUST, I have taken routes that made me teach my mates and some of my juniors. When I was running for GSA presidency, I was also the academic board head for my department, which is MESA. And then I was a member of the GSA academic board. And it also gave me that experience to, tutor students. And, those experiences has also made me, love teaching and imparting knowledge in the lives of people around me. My advice to those coming to first year, of course, to mechanical engineering or into engineering as a whole, that it may not really be what you are expecting, because the videos I watch on mechanical engineering on YouTube, about robotics, seeing machines here and there, the reality is, there is still a gap that we are trying to bridge, comparing our current system to some of these developed countries like the US and Canada. They are in a way much ahead of us when it comes to some of these technologies, but then trust me, when it comes to education, I can tell you that it's the same. It's the same thing that they are doing here. And then one thing that I can say is that you have to push yourself to go the extra mile, because we are being taught within a curriculum, and I would say that the time that we are being to study the curriculum is not really enough. So if as a student you don't push yourself to go beyond the classroom, you may think your lecturers or your tutors or your technicians are not doing enough. They are doing their best, they are doing up to their maximum capacity. But then truth be told, if you don't also add your own little things to it, you may not be that engineer that you want to become. But then we have so many resources available to us as students. We have Wi-Fi, we have the university library, we have the college library. We Even these days, the Vice Chancellor has introduced the SONSO project where she gives first year students laptops to help them in their education. There are so many resources to, buffer the education that we are receiving in engineering. So if you as a student don't also add up to what you are being put in class, then maybe you may not be able to come out as that engineer that you want to become. So that is my words to anyone coming to engineering in KNUST. And find out what it you can be, whatever thing that you want to become. All that you have to do is that you don't have to give up. My name is Kwabena Osei, and this was a wonderful time with you. Thank you very much.